Rishabh, you can start with. Yeah, we are live as well. Yeah.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Rishabh.
Good evening, everyone who has joined this function. So, I would like to thank everyone for joining this event today, and also I would take this opportunity to thank Bombay College of Pharmacy and Indian Pharmaceutical Association's Maharashtra State Branch for encouraging us and supporting us throughout this 2-month course which we had conducted. Now, I'd like Mr. Vijay sir to give the introductory remarks for this function.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, Rishabh. First of all, I take this opportunity to welcome everyone for this valedictory function for the course on fundamentals of global drug regulatory affairs. I take this opportunity to welcome Mr. Praveen Topale, the Deputy General Manager, Regulatory Affairs at Panacea Biotec. I also take this opportunity to welcome Honorable Nitin Manyar sir, the chairman for the Bombay College of Pharmacy and secretary, Indian Pharmaceutical Association, Maharashtra State Branch. Nitin sir has been really instrumental in terms of providing us the platform for conducting various courses. And this was our, I would say, second effort to contribute in the growth of pharmacy profession as well as the Bombay College of Pharmacy and IPA. I also welcome Dr. Clara Fernandez, the course coordinator for this course, and who is associate professor at Bombay College of Pharmacy. I must take this opportunity to welcome Professor Krishna Iyer sir, as well as Dr. Ujjwala Shinde ma'am, for joining for this particular session as such. I welcome all the participants who are part of this course for last 2.5 months, and who have been really instrumental to take this course, making it more vibrant, I would say. I'll just make some comments about the course, how we started, how this course actually was run as well, just for the kind of a review for everyone. So we started in the month of May, and herein it was more of a fundamental course on global drug regulatory affairs. It was an online 2 months certificate course, and it was in collaboration with Bombay College of Pharmacy and IPA, MSB, and Pharma Literati as such. So when we actually started, we had a target participant of almost 40, I would say. That's how we started, and we got really good response in terms of participants. We had participants across various academic institutions, as well as various corporates as well. Rather, we also got some global participations from Cyprus and US as well, who were part of this particular course. We had a mix of participants, both from academics as well as industries. From industries, we also had participants from the animal health division as well as some startup, and we also had Dr. Pranita from Science IIT Bombay, which is an incubator for various startups as well. So it was a kind of a mix of participants, both from academics and the industries. From academics, we had faculties joining in, researchers joining in. We also had a few undergrad students as well as few postgraduate students as well. We started the course, I would say, on 22nd May. It was a weekend-based course as such, and we were very much privileged to start this course with one of the alumnus of Bombay College of Pharmacy, Dr. Manoj Zadav, who is the founder and CEO of Isha Therapeutics, and of course, he's also associated with the course in different capacity now. I'll mention it at the end of the session as well. The course content, instead of just providing the details about the regulatory affairs, the course content, various aspects of regulatory affairs and its, I would say, coordination with respect to various departments like the generics, the drug discovery, as well as the production through GMP, and the connection with respect to IP, the para 1 2 3 4 certification. Also try to incorporate some part with respect to the herbal, medical devices and biologics. This was based on the feedback that we had received from, I would say, various stakeholders that we had actually got to have the content for this particular drug regulator. And since this was a fundamental course, we are actually working to make it as a elaborate course, providing I would say extensive course, which may be 60 to 75 hours for the global drug regulatory affairs in future. So this is a basic course that we actually started with, and so we ran this course in last 2.5 months, I would say. Over the weekends we had the speakers from the industries who are expert in the regulatory affairs, as well as quality assurance, as well as, I would say, the drug discovery and the generic domain. And to conclude, I would say, the entire course, now we are here with this valedictory session for this particular course. And as I said, we are privileged to have Nitin Mania sir, Dr. Krishna Iyer sir, as well as Mr. Praveen Topale for the valedictory of this particular course. So that's I would say there were 41 students who participated and 37 students have qualified. There was an assignment as well. These students submitted the assignment as well as they appeared for the exam. So it was a overall, I would say, the evaluation was continuous, and based on that, we are just finishing this course and will be distributing the certificates for the same as well today. So that's a brief about the course. Rishabh, over to you.
Thank you very much, Vijay sir, for that brief. Now I request Mr. Nitin Manyar sir, who is the Honorable Secretary of IPA Maharashtra State Board, to give his words of lead.
Yeah, thank you, Rishabh. Good evening. Respected Praveen Topale, Dr. Krishna Iyer, Dr. Vijay Kumar Sivpuje, dignitaries, professionals, colleagues, and my dear participants of the course. I, on behalf of the Indian Pharmaceutical Association, Maharashtra State Branch, and the Bombay College of Pharmacy, would like to congratulate all the participants from the various facets of the profession for successfully completing the course. And we are sure that you have gained the required knowledge, skill, and the confidence during the tenure from the subject matter expert. Friends, this was the second course along with the pharma literati, and there's a need of having a dialogue with the industry to explore the scope for the number of bridge course or the skill building course for the recently graduating students, and for executive course for the mid-level professionals who might be looking for upgradation of the skill with the contemporary knowledge. Yes, we have started and moved a step ahead towards the need to match and compete the global scenario, and are on the right path. We are also working at the IPMSB and BCP to start a separate vertical for such professional courses with the help of the like-minded senior professionals and the subject matter experts. We take this opportunity to thank and appreciate the untiring efforts by Dr. Vijay Kumar, Dr. Ujwala, Dr. Clara, Rishabh, and the team for their continual persuasion, and that has resulted successfully completion of this batch. Thank you, and wishing you all the best for your future and future journey. And in advance, best wishes of the Teachers' Day, that is the tomorrow, 5th September, and the theme, Teachers, Leading in Crisis, Reimagining the Future. Thanks. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nitin Manyar sir, for your words of wisdom. Now I request Dr. Krishna Iyer sir, Principal of Bombay College of Pharmacy, to please share his words of wisdom with everyone.
Good afternoon, everyone. For those who may not know, I've been unwell for the past week or so with a little bit of lumbar issues, or what you call as back problems. So find it difficult to kind of sit for a long time at the moment. But I take this opportunity to congratulate everyone who successfully finished this course and deserved to get the certificate as part of the course. I also wish them very well to take this knowledge that they have gained either in the present job that they are, or use this knowledge for maybe even doing a career change if they wish to, or if they are still studying, use this knowledge a little later when they go out in the real world. Okay, and I also thank the team for putting in their efforts to present all this material in a very organized fashion, in a very lucid fashion to all the participants. Okay, and I do not know whether the participants have visited Bombay College of Pharmacy. If not, they should take time out to come see the college, which is located at Kalina, and they'll be more than welcome to come over and meet some of the faculty there. So congratulations again, and wish you all the best for your present job and any future goals and ambitions that you have. And as I said, keep on learning and improving your knowledge base. It will always help as you move up the ladder. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Dr. Iyer, for your words of wisdom. We wish you a speedy recovery.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I would request the participants to give their feedback about the course. To start with, I have Shriji Nair.
Good evening, everyone. To all the dignitaries, sponsors, and my fellow classmates. I'm Sriji, and I hold a varied experience in patents in different pharma sectors like discovery, API, and formulation. This platform or the program, what was shortlined, was exactly what we required in terms of an initiative or a starting point to enter or think about entering into a different domain like regulatory affairs as a career. It was not only informative, but all the speakers and colleagues from various industries got down to a student's level to impart their knowledge and was very helpful in guiding us throughout the sessions. We had very good and dedicated, why I say dedicated, because they took the time and efforts to come down to our level and explain to us and take us through the basics and a very critical part of regulatory affairs thereon, which the course provided. I'm saying this because it keeps on coming into mind that every time some new course we are learning, it becomes more difficult and stringent. But this was like the atmosphere and all the speakers were very friendly and they spoke about their practical knowledge. So it was more to line of what we could understand. I'm sure that whatever we have learned, we will definitely utilize it in future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sriji Nair, for sharing that feedback. We also have a second feedback from Dr. Selva Kumari.
Yeah, good evening, all the dignitaries and the participants. I'm Dr. Selva Kumari, working as Associate Professor in College of Pharmacy, Puducherry Government. Actually, when the brochure was circulated through WhatsApp, I was thinking whether I can register this course or not, because hence I'm from the academic background, how far it will be useful. Even though I had 1.5 years of industrial experience as a QC and QA chemist in Medispan Pharma Limited, Chennai, after my B graduation, I had some affinity to register this course. And after registering this course and after attending the classes, I can able to understand that the course content was framed in a perfect manner, and the speakers were very much dedicated, and they have given their valuable time, and they have given all their inputs by translating their knowledge from their experiences to the participants. So Vijay sir, thank you very much for this platform. And at this juncture, I want to highlight that in MPharm, that is in the MPharm syllabus in the specialization of pharmacognosy, we have 2 topics in phytochemistry paper, that is drug registration and regulatory issues of Ayurvedic, Siddha and Unani formulations. So in years when I was taking classes for these topics, so I will just go through the book materials and I will deliver the content. But after attending this course, I was very much confident enough to correlate what are the lacunas in the regulations of this Ayurvedic medicines, Ayurvedic and other traditional medicines when compared to the stringent drug regulations as like in US FDA and EMA. So I can able to correlate all those things, and the complete content what I have learned from this course was percolated down to my students. So I take this juncture to sincerely convey my thanks to the organizing team of Bombay College of Pharmacy and former literative Vijay sir for giving this platform to acquire the complete knowledge about the global drug regulation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Selva Kumari, for sharing your feedback. We also have Deepali Kaduskar, who will be giving her feedback.
Bishop, we can move ahead if she's not available. Yeah.
Okay. So we also have Prachiti Datkari.
Hey, hi everyone, I am Prachiti. I am actually very thankful for Bombay College of Pharmacy. I am a graduate from Bombay College of Pharmacy and have been following the alumni page on LinkedIn. So I got to know about pharma literati from there. And this course about regulatory affairs was very useful. I'm working in the formulation development department for past 4 years. So for us as a formulator, we need to know why we are doing the studies, and a lot of the things which are coming for us to execute are coming from regulatory requirements. So we needed to know, as in my curiosity was, why is the requirement of the study, or why are we doing this? So all the rules and regulations that we need to follow are very well explained in this course, and very well partitioned into different sections, which helped us to understand as in why we require this study, that study, or why we need to take this path. So it was very helpful. Speakers were also very from the field itself, so we could ask various questions. We could get our doubts cleared, and overall it was a very great experience. And thank you for doing this course. I learned a lot. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Gadkari, for sharing your feedback with us. For the event of today, we have Mr. Praveen Topale as our chief guest. Just to give a brief introduction, Mr. Topale has an experienced regulatory affair of 19 years of work experience in regulatory submission of generics drug products globally. The experience involves product development, regulatory submissions, life cycle management, regulatory due diligence for in-licensing and acquisition. He holds a master's in pharmacy from Nagpur University, and he has also worked with companies like Ipca Laboratories in the analytical department, and thereafter shifted to drug regulatory affairs department and worked with various organizations like Alembic Limited, Dr. Reddy's Laboratories, Dabur Research Foundation, Fresenius Kabi, Akon India, and Zim Laboratories Limited in a career spanning 19 years. Currently, he is working as Deputy General Manager, Regulatory Affairs at Panacea Biotec. He has a leadership role and is involved in people management and regulatory intelligence. He provides regulatory input through the product development, scale-up, exhibit batches, commercial launch, post-approval change management. He is also working with marketing and finance team for tracking of filings, approvals, and presenting the regulatory status to the senior management during the quarterly business review. Sir, I request you to please share your words of wisdom.
Praveen, you're on mute.
Thank you, Rishabh. I would take this opportunity to thank management of Bombay College of Pharmacy, Mr. Vijay Shupuje, for having me on this forum for a talk on regulatory affairs. When Vijay approached me, I asked him what you want me to talk about. So he said, since we have concluded the certification program, now we can talk about regulatory affairs function as a career prospect. So I am sure that after completion of this 30-hour certification course, you must have come across various subject matter experts and got a fair amount of understanding regarding the global regulatory affairs requirements. And for those who are already working in the industry, it would be knowledge enriching in terms of regulatory affairs. And because complying to regulatory requirements is not just the responsibility of a particular department, it's all the stakeholders are bound to comply to the regulatory affairs and the GMP requirements. So yes, after completing this course, you must have enriched your knowledge in terms of regulatory requirements, and that would help you doing or connecting what you are doing currently to the regulatory environment. So that would help you in doing your job better now. And for those who are new or yet to join industry, this course must have given them a brief understanding of regulatory affairs, and they can think regulatory affairs as a job career or career perspective. Now, to put forward how you want to consider regulatory affairs as a career prospect, I would like to narrate how the regulatory function is organized, though you must have discussed this during your certification course. Basically, there are two aspects to the regulatory affairs function. One is regulatory strategy. It depends on, it is designed looking at the commercials or business prospect of the molecule, the patent regime, and then the regulatory filing strategy is decided just prior to the start of the development. And the execution of regulatory strategy is then taken up, and then we call it as operational regulatory, which involves finalizing the raw material sources, the development, and the batch manufacture for the dossier data generation. And then comes the dossier writing. It involves CMC, clinical, labeling, then regulatory publishing, submission, and then approval, and then commercial launch. So all the activities related to these involves technical competencies. The regulatory professional is also expected to provide cross-functional regulatory support to cross-functional teams like development, analytical development, quality, QC, the logistic team. And therefore, regulatory, it involves a lot of technical expertise. Now, while choosing regulatory affairs as a career option, I would like you to look at the skill sets that are required to do this job effectively. Now, if you look at dossier writing, it involves sections like CMC writing. Now, CMC writing requires a fair bit of knowledge about the development, manufacturing. Then if it is a sterile product, then you also need to know the aseptic processing, the microbiology part of it. You need to have a fair understanding of clinical writing, how the PE protocols are designed, what are the requirements. Then comes labeling. Labeling is something which you will acquire by on the job. Then it requires regulatory publishing skill, technical writing skill. It also requires negotiation skill, because during the job, you are supposed to negotiate timelines with cross-functional teams, and you are also supposed to negotiate with regulatory authorities, for example, with the impurity limits. So these are the skill sets required to perform the regulatory affairs job effectively. So now, if you are considering regulatory affairs as a job career prospect, then I would recommend you look at the skill set required, the technical knowledge and competencies required. Then you compare it with your area of interest. Now, if your area of interest is into CMC, then I would recommend you, rather than going to the directly to the regulatory affairs function, spend some couple of years doing core CMC job, like be it a development or analytical development or even manufacturing, and then prepare for shifting your career from a core job to a regulatory job. Now, those 2 years would help you give and hands-on experience on development, and that would help you connect while writing a dossier or CMC writing. That would help you, and you will be a better person to write that dossier section. Now, if you look at history, or this regulatory affairs function got some importance when Indian companies started doing ANDA submissions in USA. Now, at that point of time, nobody had a hands-on experience into regulatory affairs. So all the people who used to write these dossiers had a background working in either development or the manufacturing, or majorly into the quality assurance. So those people were able to translate the technical informations into regulatory dossier. Now we have evolved over a period of couple of decades. So now we are a better regulatory professional than we used to be. Now we have very clear-cut guidelines from FDA. Also, we have experience of dealing with agencies like US FDA, EMA, and it would be not be exaggeration if we say that yes, Indian development or even regulatory affairs professionals are better placed than any other global professionals. So yes, as a regulatory affairs function, we have evolved over a couple of decades. So while choosing career, I would recommend you select your area of interest, spend couple of years into that function, and then prepare for an interview for a regulatory affairs professional. That would help you on a longer run. I again congratulate all of you who have successfully completed this certification. I wish you all the best your career ahead. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Topale, for your words of wisdom. Now I request Mr. Vijay Shivpuje sir to give the vote of thanks.
Thank you so much, Rishabh. And before I propose the formal vote of thanks, we have some announcements as well. I'll just share my screen. Okay, all the participants who have qualified, submitted the assignment would get the certificate by tomorrow noon time in their email box. So you should get the copy of the certificate by IPAMSB, Bombay College of Pharmacy, and Pharma Literati. A sample certificate is here for Dr. Selva Kumari. Another thing that I wanted to mention here is for the first session that we had actually conducted was from Dr. Manoj Jadhav, the CEO of Isha Therapeutics, who is also an alumnus of Bombay College of Pharmacy, and he requested us to give a formal award on behalf of Isha Therapeutics as a Best Student Award And this was based on the performance assignment, as well as the contribution in terms of the entire course, as well as the participation and the attendance. And this award, on behalf of Isha Therapeutics, is given to Ms. Shriji Nair. We congratulate Shriji for this award. And as an award, Isha Therapeutics, we're giving this certificate as a best student, as well as a cash prize of 3,000 rupees to the winner, that is Ms. Shriji Nair. I also take this opportunity to formally provide the vote of thanks. Honestly, this was to be done by my colleague from Bombay College of Pharmacy, Dr. Clara Fernandez. But then she's there, but I think we also pray to God for a speedy recovery to Dr. Clara, as well as Dr. Krishna Iyer sir, and because of the climate, I think they're not in a position to speak. Clara is not in a position to speak. Okay, I take this opportunity to propose a vote of thanks on behalf of Pharma Literati, IPA, MSB, as well as Bombay College of Pharmacy, for all the participants who joined in for this course, for their contribution, all the speakers who were really instrumental in terms of their participation, active participation. It was not more of a, I would say, teaching, but it was more of a brainstorming sessions, as everyone would for sure remember it. I also take this opportunity to thank Honorable Nitin Maniyar sir, who has been really a guiding force for us for conducting these value-added courses. We take this opportunity to thank Honorable Dr. Krishna Iyer sir, the principal for Bombay College of Pharmacy, for providing the kind of freedom that we require to conduct these kind of online programs as well. I take this opportunity to thank Dr. Ujjwala Shinde, ma'am, who is a convener for the course, who has been guiding us and has been instrumental in terms of the course running smoothly. I also take this opportunity to thank Dr. Clara Fernandez for effectively coordinating the course. And she has been there since the first day when we conceptualized this particular course as such. I also take this opportunity to all the interns who had been working at the back end, Rishabh, Dipali, as well as all the participants from India as well as abroad, and who have been really been contributing. As it was more of a learning for everyone, even for the speakers. The kind of feedback that we got was they also had a lot of learnings through the kind of questions that were asked during the course as such. I think I must thank the Almighty, and on this auspicious day today, as well as Maniyar sir mentioned, a Teachers' Day tomorrow. I think I wish everyone, each of the teachers, a happy Teachers' Day, and conclude this particular course as a first batch of the certificate course of global fundamentals of global drug regulatory affairs. I really wish each one of you all the best in near future. I would definitely like to see many of you as a part of this course again, maybe as a speaker or contributing in a different capacity, I would say. And we'll be rerunning this course in an advanced stage as well later, of course, with the kind permission of IPMSB and Bombay College of Pharmacy. Thank you everyone for joining in, and thank you especially Praveen for joining in for the I would say the valedictory function at such a short notice. I would say it's been a really your guidance and the valedictory speech would definitely be I would say inspirational for all the students. Thank you everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah, just a request to everyone to conclude, maybe if you can start your videos for a minute to take a selfie, I would say, and then we can discuss. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, and have a great evening ahead. Bye. Take care.
Thank you, Dr. Sivapuje, Mr. Praveen ji, and to all the participants. Thank you very much.
Thank you.